Welcome to another episode of the Chronicles of Al Figures. After 230 episodes of Figures in Action, I have switched the format a little bit, and I believe this is the 13th episode. I should have double checked that. But what I'm working on right now is a pizza shop that looks like this. So we're not going to do this portion. We're just going to kind of do one level. This is the client and his brother used to go here when they were kids. It is now, an abandoned space. This is kind of the side of it. So he wants that fence. He wants some graffiti that's reminiscent or reminds him of him and his brother. He wants this sign as well. And the canopy is the biggest challenge. I'm actually going to hit my cousin up, Lethal Weapon, aka Carmelo, aka Lito, as we call him in the family, to see if he can 3D print this for me. The windows, I guess, have bars just like this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do bars on the inside and then put like the glass, the acrylic on the outside, versus putting the bars on the outside. I think it would look kind of like a jail. So I still have to cut out this window. It's not going to be as long as the reference pictures, because again, I base it on your budget, and so his budget calls for this particular size. I've already done the entire side wall. That's already magnetized. Oh, oops, wrong side. It's already magnetized. The roof is done. That's been magnetized. So today's goal is to finish these bricks. This is going to be where the door is, and to paint it, to give it that primer. I also am done spray painting this for the other project I have, and I don't like how some of it is glossy, some of it kind of fell into a flat. So I was thinking, how can I fix this? And instead of painting it again, I'm just gonna do some black and whites, because it's reminiscent of Daredevil, but like some Jackson Pollock type of splashes. So this is what's on tap for today. Again, I am on my 15-minute break, so I'm doing a little bit of this. But when I get home, I'll finish this up. So by tomorrow, I should have all of these pieces primed and ready to paint. The door is going to be a challenge, because it does there's an angle that goes into it, but I'll figure that out. And yeah, this is where we're at. And then at the end of this diorama portion of the episode, I will then show you guys my newest graffiti piece. I don't know if you guys know, I'm an artist, graffiti artist of 30 years, and I painted something this past weekend for the first time in 4 years. I got to a wall to paint, so want to share that with you guys, and away we go. All right, a quick pause on this, and this is where I am so far. So I have given this kind of the primer. The difficulty with this build is that, man, I don't even know how I'm going to pull this off, but the difficulty here is that the entrance to this is angled. So that's why I haven't cut the door off, because I'm not sure how to, I'm 100% not sure how to do it yet. I have an idea, but the problem too is that if I cut the door, then this is just going to be loose. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the windows first. So first and foremost, I'm just going to paint it now. I'm just going to give it the brick on this particular store or this pizza shop is not a regular kind of red brick. It's an orangey brick, so I have to take some red spice and mix it with some orange and see what I come up with. But I'm gonna paint it first. I'm gonna paint the brick first, and once I do that, I think the windows are all gonna have bars. So I think I'm gonna set up the bar so that when I do cut the door out, this is connected. I'm going to reconnect it, but I'd rather kind of do the windows first. And then this area here is not painted, because this is all grass. This whole thing is grass. There's going to be a fence there. And there's a sign that I have to work on. So this is a challenging build. I haven't done this in a while, where the roof is going to be, some of it is brick as well, which is kind of cool. And nothing on this side, so I just may do some graffiti. Like my own graffiti on top of the graffiti that he wants done for him and his brother. All right, time to paint. So I was able to get the perfect color that I had in my mind based on the reference pictures that I have. I mixed, let me see, it was some barn red along with some wine. Well, I started with the wine first, then I added the, so I started with the wine, then I added this burnt orange, and then I added barn red, a little bit of barn red, and I got the perfect color combination. And I already given those guys the second coat. This is the second coat for this. I may not have enough, so I'm gonna have to hopefully mix some more and get the same combo that I got. But I'm definitely happy with this color. And the last video I posted where I did the rooftop, somebody had left a couple comments how it is better, you know, because I'm gonna put the spackling. I'm gonna put the spackling in between here, and how I had mentioned that you have to be careful removing the excess spackling, and you know, because you don't want to remove the paint. And the reason I didn't use it, and generally for small spaces, I'm not going to use it because it's small. I'm experienced enough that I know how to kind of go about it. But in a space like this is a big. So in this particular case, I will absolutely be coating this with Mod Podge. So yes, it's you know, he was trying to give me a tip, but it's something I've actually always done, especially with bigger walls. In the case of the rooftop, it wasn't really necessary, so I didn't go through with using the Mod Podge, and it worked out because I didn't really remove any of the paint. But in this case, after this dries, I'm gonna give it a Mod Podge. I'm gonna let that dry overnight to make sure I get a nice solid glue job done, and then I'll put the mortar, and then so when I start rubbing away, it won't rub away the paint. But yeah, this is where we're at. I think I'm gonna do one more section or one more clip of this, and then I'm done for this video working on this dial. And then I'll start the next video, and hopefully in that video I'll have this finished up. Alright, so update on this. So I am on my 15-minute break at work. I actually get 2 15 minutes, so I asked to get them back to back. So I'm going to be here at this for half an hour. So I painted this a few minutes ago, and that piece is going to go there. And now I'm working on the bars for the windows. So what I'm going to do here is I have these foam sheets that have the sticky back, so I'm going to be sticking those in there. Then I'm shaving off. I had to customize every single one of these. I'm shaving the tips off so they can kind of stab into it. So I'll be stabbing into it and then going up and stabbing into it, and that'll create my barred up windows. So I don't have a 3D printer, so almost everything I have to do has to be made from scratch. So these are just these longer dowel rods, and I had to cut them to size, kind of measure them this way. So I'll stick them up a little bit, then stick them down, and I've marked where they're gonna kind of go into. And then once I have those set up, then I'll be able to cut the door out and kind of create that space on the inside. But this morning at home, I put Mod Podge on it, so when I get home I'll be able to put the spackling, which creates the grout, so that'll be ready to go. I'll be able to paint this and do the same with that. And this is just how this particular building is. Had a little piece of extra brick there, so that's going to be glued on and painted as well. And we'll have the barred windows, which will be great. Then we can put kind of that acrylic on it. And yeah, we're well on our way. And I actually worked a little bit on the ground level of this and the little grassy area last night and this morning, and that's looking pretty good too. So this is the progress. I think the next clip will be all the bars, because I have to paint them individually, paint it up, installed, and I'll cut it out for this video and continue into the next episode. I keep saying this is going to be the last clip, but I promise you this is it, because after I record this, I am going to upload a YouTube video. I'm trying to get one out weekly, so I've been pretty consistent with it, and I am flying off to San Francisco on Saturday, so I have a bunch of things to do tomorrow and this afternoon. Today's Thursday, so I'm going to do this last clip officially, and then I'm done. I'll upload this at work today, and it'll be ready for the public to view at some point this afternoon. But So this is where I'm at in the process. So last night I came in and put all the spackling in. That looks pretty good. I glued this little part in. The grass I had already done early in the morning, and then I noticed, I thought it was a chain link fence, but apparently it's not. It's a wooden fence. So I got some popsicle sticks last night, laid them down, glued them, and so what I'm gonna do is, because this fence kind of has these two little the design is different. It's not this design, so I'm gonna take this to work with me. So when I have a break, I can clip those, and then I need to kind of put a post, a metal looking type of post here, and that'll also be how I kind of stab the fence into the ground. And I'm gonna leave some of these sharpened out a little bit so I can stab it into there as well, just so it can have some stability. So I'll be working on this. I'll also be taking this piece with me and doing some graffiti on this. He didn't ask for it. I want to do some graffiti here because the dial really has nothing to do with this end of it. The graffiti he wanted is going to be on this side. But yeah, so this is where I am in the process. I am very happy with the way it's looking out. Still haven't tackled that door, as you can see, but I will tackle it maybe tonight. Before I go to San Francisco, maybe I'll work on this, just at least having that door ready to go, so when I come back I can just jump right on it. I contacted my cousin. He's gonna 3D print me an awning. We're good to go. Alright, so I have 3 projects on the work table, 3 commissions, one being a pizza shop, one being a rooftop detolf project. Jesus, rooftop detolf project. I mean, I guess it's not that easy to say. So, and this is the 3rd one, and this is going to be a Matt Murdock Shadowbox Daredevil project. So I think the first thing I'm going to do, because he is using the Matt Murdock Marvel Legends figure and not a Daredevil figure, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that border and I'm going to spray paint it in red, in that kind of Daredevil red, so that whatever I do on the inside, and it's going to be XPS foam on the inside, and there's going to be some little slice of XPS foam with some rubble and garbage and newspapers and the like. So I think that being red will make it pop, because red, black, perfect Daredevil colors. And yeah, so I think that's gonna be the plan, and I think it's gonna look really good when we spray paint that that border. All right, it's a little windy, but we're gonna try this out. And as always, I like to start off with and it's paper, so it's a little different from normal things I spray paint, but just start off with quick, just not getting too heavy, just quick little sprays, mists, if you will, and let that dry a little bit, and then and I want to get a solid red. I don't know if I have enough spray paint in here. I'm gonna try. Alright, and I'll show you guys the end result. Keep boring you with light mists. Alright, so the idea here is to give it kind of a splash, Jackson Pollock type of look. So I'm gonna test it out, see how it looks on here. Alright, perfect. Come over here. Alright, and I think before I do the white, I should let the black dry, so that if the black mixes with the white, it won't give it any weird kind of combo. So yeah, I think I'll go back inside, let this dry for a little bit, but I like so far kind of that look. Let me see here. A couple smaller speckles. There we go. Got some of those tinier dots in. Alright, I want to get a little more on the top, actually, right there. No, let's do a little more black. Just do a little. There we go. There we go. All right. Let this dry. Come back at it with the weight. And we're good to go. I am with Aware and Soames, and we're trying to, well, I don't know about Lee, because Lee's probably more adept to holding spray paint, but me and Joey are definitely, Rust Nation. So this spot is actually in Hyde Park, and I've painted here for years. I love this spot. It's an abandoned water park, and this wall is kind of like this oval type wall. But if you can see on the other side, this used to be a water park, like in the 70s, maybe in the 80s. But the wall's pretty hurt as it's chipping away. But you can rock a piece out and grab that picture, and you have your memory. But yeah, this is the beginning stages. Starting the process of filling this thing in a little bit, just because I feel like it allows me to see it, to visually see it a little bit better. I mean, I'm going off of this quick sketch, and it's not a very complicated piece, because it's not. But I haven't done this in literally years. So to get back into the flow, I feel like whenever I've left for a while, when I come back, I tend to kind of start filling it before I finish the whole outline, and it guides me in a better way. So that whole part looks horrific, but I'm feeling good about how the fills are kind of cleaning it up a little bit, and that'll get me going as I go throughout the piece. But I am feeling good about my can control today. My brain is telling my hand to do something, and my hand is doing just that. That's not always the case. So let's go. We are trekking along. Yeah, definitely happy with our speed. All right, this is a 30-year-old crew, and I'm the oldest dude here. But yeah, it's cool. I love this spot. It's a cool little spot, and I think we might have hurt some feelings. Although you can see the ground where I had to scrape off the wall. What happens is water gets in between the paint and just starts to bubble out over time, so we had to scrape a lot of the wall. But I'm sure some feelings will still be hurt, because it was some pieces we went over from last year. But you know, I don't want to sound like a dick and say I don't care, but I don't care. It's as you can see here, like, this wall just naturally falls out, you know. So I feel like these walls, if you rock something out, be prepared that somebody else is gonna go over it eventually. And there's again, there's a lot of people that kind of don't get that, and kind of really take it personal if you go over their piece. I mean, the rules of graffiti is throw up goes over a tag, a dead letter goes over a throw up, a piece goes over a throw up, or excuse me, a piece goes over a dead letter, production goes over a piece, with the idea being that don't go over my shit unless your shit's gonna be better than the shit we had before. That's kind of the gist of it. So but then it's a matter of opinion, because somebody can look at the wall that was here before us and say it was better than what we finish up with, and that's okay. It's subjective, man. Art's subjective. Most of my colors are in, and I like how it came out. Pretty accurate to the sketch I had set up beforehand. I gotta do something with this part there. I want to kind of lower that a little bit, thicken it out. But so far, so good. And this is Aware's progress. He has starting with his 3D first, and doing a 2-color 3D, which is dope. Then we got Soames, who's also going in with the 3D at this point, and that's actually my next step as well. A lot of times when you're creating these, it gets to a point where it's just about cleaning it up. So as I'm going in with my 3D, some of the spray is gonna bounce into the colors, so Everything's kind of loose. Once I do the 3D, then I can come in and make those colors more solid. And I also brought a can of each for that color. Some of them I had 2 cans, but I figured one should be enough. So I still have, for all three colors, I have like a little bit less than half, so it should be enough. But yeah, this is where we're at so far. As I'm walking away from the wall, got 2 crewmates painting as well. And gonna head to the store and get some water. I meant to get some before I got here, but this is a dope little spot that once upon a time was amazing. I mean, they had a bike path here, and as you can tell, the construction was solid. I mean, they had railings, there's a couple little bridges, and then I think the downfall of this park is the closest parking lot was like, you can do 6 or 8 cars, which is weird. But yeah, here we are.
Well, I was keeping them in here.
Lee's about to show us some game.
I used to keep them all in here, and these are the same ones from like over like
20 years old?
15 years.
Wow,
yeah, I've kept
wow.
them. I just never got rid of them. And every once in a while, I'm like, yo, Dan, can you hook me up? And you hit me up.
Oh shit, bro.
I keep these shit.
I need one of them Kemp stickers, man.
Oh, I'll give you one, yeah. I'll give you whatever you want. But these are the original shit.
Wow.
And he still has the
pad, like the, yeah. Wow, hell yeah. That's insane. That's a blast from the past.
If you need to cut it again or cut it more, let me know. But these shits are cracked. So like now you're like,
right, stepping back.
no, seriously, like watch when you outline with
Yeah, it's gonna be like a whole other
shit,
game.
Him, Dean.
Alright, so it's coming together a little more. Once you kind of put the 3D in, and I'm gonna go with the flow that where it's going in, which is kind of at this angle. So once you start putting the 3D in, and it kind of starts bulking up the piece, and that's when you start feeling really good about the direction you're going in. Because even after all these years, I've said this before, like, I'm never really happy with graffiti, with the work I do in graffiti, which is so different from the work I do now with dioramas, where I can finish a piece and be like, oh shit, this came out good. I rarely ever feel like that about my graffiti, but I'm feeling good about this piece, so let's keep going. Alright, so at this point I have no idea what I'm doing, legit. So when it comes to fills, I never really plan them. I just kind of go with the flow, and these little circles are always a good a good escape from not really knowing what you're doing, because you can kind of flex those a little bit. But yeah, let me see how it finishes up. But I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. See, there's a perfect example of an artist who has complete control of the paint coming out of his can. And you could just see it, like, just how the lines kind of finish like that, how crisp they are. This is a good example of how far away I am from being at this level, just because it's not an easy thing. You gotta have patience. You gotta be one with the can. It's like martial arts up in this bitch. But this is a great representation of that. Yo, the rust is real, man. I have had to clean this piece up numerous times. Yo, numerous times. It's crazy. But luckily, I kind of set it up in a way where the cleaning up process wouldn't be as hard. But clearly, this is one of those situations where when you're not in practice, you're just kind of, you know, back when I was doing graffiti consistently, this was a pretty easy job, and now it's just not, man. It just isn't. But you know, I get it. It's through repetition and practice, and I just been out of practice, man. But I'm not super upset with what I'm producing, but definitely see where it could have been better. Alright, and here we have Lee rocking out the 30-year. It is 30 years of graph nuts of GN. And I think this is the first time this year in our 30th year that a few cats from the crew came to paint together. So good opportunity to throw in the 30 years. And that's my piece, looking a little hurt, but it's all good. It's all good. And Joe's still grinding. And then Pro Black and Odyssey came through to check us out and hang out and just talk. And this is what Lee's piece is looking like. And I'm real glad I didn't paint next to him, because the flaws would have been even more. Joe's probably as rusty as me, so I'm happy with that. But yeah, it look good, man.